Ahead of a critical Congress meeting, Shashi Tharoor has tried to downplay the rumors that he is set to leave the Congress party, despite persistent rumors and reports about his unhappiness, his perception that he's been marginalized, and persistent reports that he could consider another political party, perhaps the Trinamool Congress or even his own regional party. What's going on in the Congress versus Congress war? I'm Barkha. You're with the Mojo story. Our focus today continues to be on the Congress and the state of the opposition. In a moment from now, we'll be joining senior journalist and author Rasheed Kidwai to try and decode exactly what's going on inside the Congress party. Shashi Tharoor met with Rahul Gandhi, and after that, every or several media portals reported that Tharoor had told Rahul Gandhi that he needed a specific role or he could consider other options. There's now a perception that somebody leaked the details of that meeting. Who leaked it and why? Is this merely a clash of personalities within the Kerala Congress over who should be the Congress's face for the next assembly elections for the top job in the state, namely that of Kerala Chief Minister? Shashi Tharoor has not hidden the fact, including in interviews to me, that remains one of his key aspirations? Or has Shashi Tharoor never been forgiven since he ran for the post of party president? Remember, Tharoor's perception of being sidelined hasn't started only now. Tharoor perhaps expected to be leader of the Congress in Parliament when Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, for instance, was given that job. Consistently, Tharoor has found himself on the wrong side of the Gandhi leadership, and as if doubling down on his position, he shared this photograph that you see on your screen with Union Minister Piyush Goyal. This follows criticism from within the Congress for two things: Tharoor's relative appreciation of Prime Minister Modi's trip to the United States of America and his meeting with Donald Trump, and a column that he wrote where he seemed to appreciate Kerala's economic progress. Kerala Congress members said that was virtually giving their political opponent, the LDF government, a compliment and the credit. What the hell is going on in the Congress party? Let me introduce the one man who actually knows the answers to all of these questions, Rasheed Kidwai. He has seen the party from inside, written more books than I can count on politics, including specifically on the Congress party. So, Rasheed, let me start by asking you. We're going to have a critical meeting of the Congress on Friday. How bad is the crisis?
Yeah, thank you, Bakka. Thank you for your kind words. Perhaps I don't deserve them, but let's start talking about politics that me and you enjoy, discussing. So there is a psychological distance that has crept in between Shashi Tharoor and Congress leadership. That, in particular, Rahul Gandhi. That is not the case with Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, who's a Congress president. So there are a lot of avenues that are available, and it's a very simple thing. But you have narrated that meeting that was sought by Shashi Tharoor, and in which Rahul Gandhi and Shashi Tharoor discussed certain aspects, and perhaps in that course of conversation, Tharoor asked for a role for himself, particularly in the context of coming elections in Kerala. So this was a privileged information. It found its way in many portals and social media platforms, newspapers of Kerala. So it is not that Mr. Tharoor has spoken or Rahul Gandhi has spoken. It seems the case that Rahul Gandhi may have spoken to General Secretary in charge of organization, KC Venugopal, who in turn leaked it. And if you remember the G23 letter also, there is a needle of suspicion even now that it was actually, a Malayali leader who had leaked it to a Malayali journalist, in Indian Express way back in August 2020. So there are games that are played, but fact of the matter is a kind of psychological distance has crept in between Tharoor and, Rahul Gandhi or official Congress leadership.
Now, let me ask you this. You're effectively saying that KC Venugopal, who is considered in the Congress party to be the person closest to Rahul Gandhi today, or among the persons closest to Rahul Gandhi, leaked what transpired between Shashi Tharoor and Rahul Gandhi when Tharoor met Rahul Gandhi. Now, my question is, why would we? Let's assume I know nothing. This is politics 101. Why would Venugopal leak what transpired between Rahul Gandhi and Shashi Tharoor?
So you see, Barkha Dutt or Rasheed Kidwai or anyone, nobody knows for sure. It is only Rahul Gandhi who can respond. Tharoor has been asking this question that who leaked it, and there is no response. So by implication, it is assumed that it was KC Venugopal. And the interest is in the in the context of Kerala elections and politics of Kerala, because remember Shashi Tharoor is in a week's time, perhaps he would turn 69, and by the time next Lok Sabha elections happen, it will be 2029. So Tharoor, may not be very keen to, fight a Lok Sabha election. As Barkha, you had seen firsthand, it was very difficult election this time also for him in 2024. So perhaps, and there is a talk of a survey that has been conducted in Kerala, and it is showing that Tharoor is way ahead of everyone else, including the present chief minister, and his popular rating is 48%. 48%. And the Nair community, the Indian Union Muslim League, which is a ally of the Congress, and UDF, they all are for Tharoor. So there are voters who are not traditional voters for the Congress, but they are going to vote for Tharoor. So all these things, are in favor, are in his favor, and that makes us think that perhaps there is a case that Mr. Tharoor, somebody may be trying to sort of dislodge him, in the sense, from getting this position.
Yeah.
So this is, in politics, there's nothing, it's in facts, or it's there as a document or something. This is all what is being talked about in Congress circles, etc. See, Tharoor is very ambitious in a way, and in Congress, nursing an ambition is considered a crime. You ask Jyotirita Scindia, you ask anyone. We may think in television studio that it's a legitimate aspiration to be a chief minister, but in Congress it is not appreciated. So if Tharoor is to become chief minister, he would become chief minister by blessings of Priyanka Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, in that order.
Yeah. So this is very interesting, and I have a lot of questions about KC Venugopal being the alleged leaker of the Rahul Gandhi Shashi Tharoor meeting. But before that, Rashid, since you mentioned Tharoor's ambition, you mentioned the fact that this could all be a fight or a jhagda over throwing your hat in the ring for the post of Kerala Chief Minister. In the Lok Sabha election for Thiruvananthapuram, or Trivandrum as we commonly call it, Tharoor, I went to report on that constituency, and I asked him, what's going to happen after this Lok Sabha election? What is next for Shashi Tharoor? And I just want to play out just a short clip of that interaction and come right back. Take a look. But is your long-term plan, your long-term ambition to be the Chief Minister of Kerala one day?
I have not ruled anything out.
Okay.
Not because I ever thought of it. I came into politics with a purely national, international vision. But given the large numbers of very influential figures in Kerala who are insisting I start considering that, I have said, don't tell me now, let me wait till after Lok Sabha election. I will see what the future holds for me then, and then we can decide
That's
whether
almost a yes.
I didn't say it's a yes, I
That's
didn't say it's a, but
almost.
it's not a no.
It's not a no. So he's not hiding it, right? He's been very open. Now, the question is, where do the Venugopals fit in? So let me read out from one of our very regular Mojo viewers, Prasad. But while we all want to know what's happening with Shashi, why did the family not see the failure of KC Venugopal, when under his leadership, the Congress has lost 47 elections? Now, I don't know about 47 elections, how this figure has been reached. But the fact is, what is the hold that Mr. Venugopal, not a mass leader, not an articulate leader, has over Rahul Gandhi?
So, Barkha, this is actually a very, a kind of obvious question, but if you look at the kind of palace intrigue or the kind of politics that goes on in Congress, perhaps you will get an answer. So, Mr. Venugopal would give a straightforward answer to this, that look, the target is not me. I am nobody. I am just a obedient worker or a party worker. It is you being Rahul Gandhi, you are the target. The reference to 47, 46 elections, because remember, KC Venugopal became Organizational General Secretary in January 2019. So if you look at the cycle of elections in states and all, it will be 46, 47. That figure is correct. But he said, look, I'm not a face. I'm not a face. You are the face. So you are the target. So Rahul Gandhi would start thinking that, I'm just Barkha, you're just conjecturing. It is not that
Yeah.
I'm an eyewitness to this conversation. What I'm saying is, this is a very clever ploy. I have seen Ambika Soni employing this with Sonia Gandhi and perhaps K.C. Venugopal using it too. So any criticism of K.C. Venugopal goes in his favor. And because he simply says that, look, I am being targeted, I am nobody, I am being targeted because I am close to you, and you are the target.
I've
So
understood what you're
we want
saying.
to trouble you.
You're saying that Venugopal may have convinced Rahul Gandhi that I have no public facing role, no front
Absolutely.
facing role. It's not my ambition. I'm a humble backroom guy. So if I'm being attacked, it's actually a proxy for attacking you, Rahul Gandhi.
Absolutely. And Barkha, look at other way. To be fair to KCV, you see,
Hmm.
he didn't lose election. It was the Congress party leadership and the state satraps like Kamal Nath and Ashok Gehlot, etc. And somewhere, of course, Rahul Gandhi, who was a 87th president of the Congress and who continues to have a own political leadership of the Congress. So in that sense, it's good. Therefore, I am saying it's nothing is simple in Congress. It's everything is the wheels within the wheels, and there is a lot of intrigue that is there. That's the hallmark of Congress politics.
Someone's asking, is KC Venugopal the new Ahmed Patel?
But I am tempted to say Ahmed Patel used to really regret, because what happened when Rahul Gandhi became a backbencher when UPA was in power, and so Barkha, he actually, and Ahmed Patel was a political secretary to Sonia, and he used to do everything. So he actually looked for the list that who would sit next to Rahul Gandhi in Parliament in Lok Sabha.
Hmm.
And he didn't want Rahul Gandhi to be influenced by all these Baba Loks like Jitin Prasad and Sachin Pilot and Jyotirtha Scindia and Milind Deora and the rest. So, and he chose KC Venugopal, thinking that this fellow is a rather lesser known, and he's not someone who would be able to influence Rahul Gandhi. By 2020, months before Ahmed Bhai died, he used to say, he said, "यार मेरी मुझसे बड़ी गलती हो गई, मेरे से पाप हो गया." Because Mr. Venugopal, became a dog lover, he got into, fitness freak, all those things that Rahul Gandhi likes or, loves doing, Mr. Venugopal started doing. You can't think of a single frame of Rahul Gandhi where Mr. K.C. Venugopal is not in a close vicinity. See, Barkha, you have been a very astute observer of politics. Have you seen, Ashok Gehlot being in that kind of, close proximity to Sonia Gandhi? He was also political secretary, and so many people have been in the past been political secretaries to Congress president, Ahmed Patel being one, but they're never there. So KCV is the last person that perhaps Rahul Gandhi gets to see, and the first person in the morning he gets to see. So when after Haryana debacle, when Mallikarjun Kharge was ready with that sort of report and all that what went wrong, and he saw that Rahul Gandhi walked in and followed by KC Venugopal. Now the question is, Mallikarjun Kharge should have said that please wait in that my ante room and let me have a one-to-one conversation. But nobody would dare to upset KC Venugopal, because he's general secretary in charge of organization in Congress hierarchy. He's number 3 after Gandhi's and Mallikarjun Kharge. Because nothing moves without him. He is privy to all meetings, all information, all files, all appointments, all postings. Of course, he draws his strength from Rahul Gandhi, but fact is that it is unless Rahul Gandhi decides to remove him, there is no way KCB can be harmed.
Now, Rashid, there are some Congress supporters who are blaming what they call gatekeepers, KCV, Jairam Ramesh, the coterie around Rahul. But in the end, the buck always moves up the chain, right? The buck will always move up the chain. Rahul Gandhi could intervene and contain this crisis. My question to you is, does he want to contain this crisis? Because well before KCV emerged on the scene, when the Congress had to choose who would be their face in parliament, they chose Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. They did not choose Shashi Tharoor. When Shashi Tharoor ran for the post of party president, Shashi Tharoor, in interviews, including to me, made comments very bluntly, like he does, which I don't think went down well with the family. KC Venugopal to ab aaya hai. Kerala Chief Minister to ab aaya hai. It's not that Shashi Tharoor has been some big favorite of the Gandhi family before that.
No, Barkha, I mean, we need to be little, objective. Of course, objectivity is something is very subjective at one level. See, the fact of the matter is when Mr. Tharoor came after losing that election in the UN, see that Kerala unit of Congress is very hierarchy driven. It is very difficult to make a lateral entry. And to be fair to Sonia Gandhi, she made a lot of concessions. She made a lot of enemies. People like Tom Vadakan and others who left the party subsequently were very bitter about the fact that the outsider got ticket directly. And Mr. Tharoor was given ticket. Not only that, he was made minister. He was given a lot of importance in Manmohan Singh government, and he got whatever he wanted. In spite of being a lateral entry, he's there with a full-time CWC member. Of course, he fought election, and remember, Rahul Gandhi didn't want to be like the Gandhis to be siding with another. But of course, Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Congress Party and Gandhis, they're also bundle of contradiction like any other politician. So I take your point that this was there. What I'm saying is, there are politics being played on both sides. Now, who will emerge? It is not that somebody is being very pious or something. I think Mr. Tharoor has a point in the sense that he is a legitimate aspirant, but he's not saying it so. He should say it so. He should have fought CPP election if he thinks that this person Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary didn't deserve to. Me and you may also think the same way, but he should have forced a contest. He didn't force a contest. So there are a lot of things that are there in Congress, and biggest thing that I see it is a psychological distance. And Barkha, let me allow me to I was witness to it. So Rahul Gandhi was coming, and Shashi Tharoor and Manish Tiwari were, they were standing in Parliament, and perhaps Rahul Gandhi could have stopped and had a conversation, but his eyes were glued to, mobile, and that's it. So, a leader is expected to be slightly more, because, the Congress Party people are used to, Rajiv Gandhi's charm, and even Sonia Gandhi is very sort of in that sense attentive and careful about it. Rahul Gandhi is a little unconventional politician, and therefore these people have a little, problem. No one defends Rahul Gandhi. You look at that truncated G23. G23 could have defended him on a number of things. I can give you example, but that will take a lot of time on many political issues when he's targeted, particularly about that foreign visits and abroad and US aid and all kind of things. There are people, Anand Sharma, Manish Tiwari, Shashi Tharoor, they are Prithviraj Chavan, and again go on. They all are my friends and your friends. They can defend him, but they don't. They say nobody asks us. Why should we do that? So
now,
therefore, there is a distance.
You said Rahul Gandhi is not a conventional politician. It's not to being conventional or unconventional. If you're walking past two of your colleagues, you look up from your phone and you say hello. But chodo, my other thought is Shashi Tharoor is also not a conventional politician. So, for example, Binu Philip, another Mojo member, says one apparent reason why KC Venugopal gained this access to RG, Rahul Gandhi, is his unflinching anti-RSS stance. Now, Tharoor is being roasted for two reasons, as you know. He was being stabbed in the back by several members of the Kerala Congress, but right now they've got two reasons to hit him with. One, his appreciation of what India had gained after Prime Minister Modi met with President Trump in America. And the second was a column where he spoke about Kerala's transformation from a sort of lumbering, sleeping state to a kind of more agile economy. Now, in one case, they said Tharoor is giving a compliment to the LDF, they being his detractors in the party, and in the other case, the praise of for the Prime Minister, we can show that as well. They said, "Arey, ye to soft ho gaye hai Modi ji pe." Now, is this fair? Because Tharoor also speaks as a former diplomat. He's the head of the Parliamentary Panel on Foreign Affairs, and in India, foreign policy mostly, you speak in one voice.
Absolutely. No, I think, Barkha, it will be a little unfair to question Tharoor on a kind of, on his sort of commitment to Nehruvian ideology or his understanding of India or foreign policy or any such thing. So to say that, praise for Prime Minister Modi is a sort of, is praise for RSS, I think is a little unfair. I'm, frankly, as a journalist, I'm not so sure what is, KC Venugopal's ideology. I assume it is a Congress ideology, perhaps totally anti, BJP and anti-RSS, but that would not, because we don't have any evidence of it. And therefore, I think to compare Shashi Tharoor with KC Venugopal is little unfair. I think Shashi Tharoor likes to, speak his mind, and he's an elected member of Lok Sabha member. For him, there are greater ramifications of, his praise for, government of Kerala and their investment climate or, investment summit, etc. But he understands. So I don't think, Gandhis would find fault with him. It is just that they don't like anybody because they themselves are not, as I keep saying, they are not, power wielders. They are trustees of power. So they don't like anybody who is very overtly ambitious. And in that sense, they say, okay, if he thinks he's become chief minister and he has, 48% support base, let him go. All the best. Let him join any political party and, try his luck. So in that sense, Tharoor needs to wait and watch and, come in a situation where he is, he's chosen by Gandhis. And that is literally little, nuanced. Remember, Barkha, Shashi Tharoor is a Sonia Gandhi's find, Manmohan Singh's find. His comfort level with them, Aparna Mukherjee and leaders of that UPA era. Now this is Rahul Gandhi. So there is always a problem of adjustment, and Rahul Gandhi, it's actually has a lot of how do I say? He has got a lot of baggage where he is able to, or he's made to judge people very quickly. सब ये तो मिडिल क्लास का चमचागिरी करते हैं, he just we don't want their votes. So that kind of narrative is, and a lot of congressmen have problem. Now the thing is, unlike Arjun Singh versus PV Narasimha Rao, we don't get to read, we don't get to hear. So these people, whatever reservation they have at party forum, they are not articulating it. They are not, forcing any sort of contest or any election. And I know it's very difficult for Shashi Tharoor, having fought that election. It was a very difficult election. That 11% vote he got was also not, less than, was a very good performance, because you remember that when Jitendra Prasad contested against Sonia Gandhi, he got, not even 3% votes. So I think there is a big difference, getting 12% votes, though his opponent was Mallikarjun Kharge, but Mallikarjun Kharge was very actively backed by Sonia Gandhi, official Congress, and even G23. All those people like, Anand Sharma and all, they went and filed nomination on behalf of Mallikarjun Kharge. So Shashi Tharoor has a difficult thing, but I think as long as he sticks to his sort of, plan by not crossing that Lakshman Rekha of party's discipline, he's safe. I think sooner or later, Priyanka Gandhi or somebody will speak for him. That is my reading.
So your reading is that he's not going anywhere as such, and not even that he has a lot of great options or alternatives, which is one of the problems. Now, Shashi Tharoor himself has had a couple of different responses. There's been a Indian Express podcast where he spoke of other options on record. After that, he hasn't spoken. One day he said, go watch India-Pakistan match. Another day, in fact, 2 days in a row on his social media, he shared his argument that some things are above party politics. He did that by showing a selfie of him with Piyush Goyal and a British government official, right? I think we have that photograph somewhere. There it is, right? Now, after that, he seems to be finally downplaying the controversy. I want to play out Shashi Tharoor's latest statement, and we'll come right back on what we think he might do next. Take a look.
You all heard the podcast. What was the controversy about? I'd love to know. I still haven't understood this controversy, frankly, because now that you've heard the whole podcast, can you tell me what your question is? I'm very happy to respond, but I have not said anything that's particularly. It's a podcast. It's a 45-minute conversation about life and the pursuit of happiness. There's nothing there very much about any political controversy. So shall we move on? I'm going to go and see the poor ASHA workers who haven't been paid for. Come and see them.
So we've heard the CPM extending an invitation. There are speculations that you're not very good terms with your party.
No, there's a meeting the party has called on Friday. I'll be there with everyone else. Let's see. Okay.
So what is this meeting? Tell us about this meeting.
So, Barkha, first of all, you referred to that podcast. I think Mr. Tharoor should have clarified that podcast was recorded 10 days before his meeting with Rahul Gandhi. So whatever he was saying, unless we see that there is a greater grand design on his part to actually set himself free from the Congress, it was not part of a plan. Now, the Friday meeting is a meeting of Congress MPs from Kerala. So that's why I'm saying they're going to be Priyanka Gandhi, they're going to be Mr. K.C. Venugopal, and they're going to be Shashi Tharoor. And of course, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge is going to be there. I know for a fact that he has a view and he wants to resolve it, because Kharge also thinks that it would be a very bad sort of optics if Tharoor moves out, because after all, it was the election was Kharge versus Tharoor. So Kharge would not want Tharoor to go out of Congress at this juncture, at least. So I see there is some kind of, and whichever manner now Mr. Tharoor is speaking, it tells you that there is a kind of softening of approach and both sides are going to find a way out. But whether he'll be declared as a chief president candidate, I am not so sure.
The question is this: does Shashi Tharoor have other options? Given the survey that revealed that he was the most preferred candidate for chief minister, he could be tempted into thinking, oh, should I just form my own regional party? Because TMC, which was the other option, doesn't make a lot of political sense to me.
But I'm glad you asked this question. I mean, it looks very tempting. But if you look at the politics of South, it is very, very expensive. So for Mr. Tharoor to, find 117, credible, winnable candidates and fund them, it is going to be a nightmare. It is not going to be easy and simple. See, if a new party is formed, then, you can only apply for symbol 6 months before. And imagine, 6 months before getting a symbol, and then election commission can take, its own time. So what I'm saying is there is a possibility of a fourth front and him becoming a Kejriwal kind, a Kejriwal of 13 and 15, I would say, not Kejriwal of 20, 25.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody would want to be called the Kejriwal of Kerala today.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So if he opens a sort of fourth front, I mean, there is already UDF is there and LDF
Yeah.
is there, and of course the BJP and UDF, LDF also, there is a lot of realignment is taking place. As I said, IUML is far from happy with the Congress. So if some people come on his side, he will be a sort of I would say a game changer, if not a obvious chief ministerial candidate. But where is money going to come from? And that is Mr. Tharoor's biggest challenge and nightmare, because I have seen political parties being formed, but they face a lot of problem. Perhaps our friend Prashant Kishore is also facing that problem in Bihar.
So your instinct from years of understanding the Congress party is that there will be some rapprochement, somebody will throw their weight behind Tharoor, but if the psychological gap between Rahul Gandhi and Shashi Tharoor is serious, then it doesn't matter in today's Congress what Priyanka and Sonia think. This is Rahul Gandhi's Congress.
No, Barkha, you are right, but I'm sorry to say you are wrong also, because these are the only two people who can influence him. Because look, Rahul Gandhi is very, indifferent. He has openly said, and it's not something kind of privileged information, that Rahul Gandhi said anyone who wants to leave is, leave. The door is open.
Yeah.
But there are elements in the Congress, including Mallikarjun Kharge, including members of Gandhi family, who think that Tharoor, just as Sachin Pilot episode, that they think that Congress should not lose assets like Tharoor and Sachin Pilot. So therefore, I see it is not. I'm not being wishful. It is my reading that these people will get proactive, and Mr. Gandhi, being Rahul Gandhi, will be made to see reason, and there will be sort of gestures that will bring things back to the rail. Because you look at Congress in near future, Barkha, as we see till 2029, does not have a state where it can win easily. Assam is very difficult. Tamil Nadu, it is all DMK, and the Congress ties DMK. Perhaps we would require another conversation on that. Are far from stable. So therefore, Kerala is one state where it's there. And Priyanka Gandhi is an MP from there, and she has to prove that. Imagine earlier Rahul, now Priyanka, and then Congress again goes to the left or doesn't come to the Congress. So all these things, and Gandhis are also would see reason and would become little pragmatic.
Yeah, that's worth remembering. I'd almost forgotten that Priyanka Gandhi is a member of parliament from the same state that Shashi Tharoor is hoping he can one day be chief minister of. But Binu, who evidently is from Kerala, says not sure if there's any space for any more fronts in Kerala politically, leave alone the economics. The question to you, Rashid, is let's talk a little bit about the larger play of the Congress, right? It looked like it was on the mend, somewhat on the mend in 2024 June, and then it lost every single assembly election except the in Jharkhand, where the win was driven by Hemant Soren, right? What is going on in the Congress with regard to its larger situation? Shashi Tharoor is symptomatic of a larger problem.
So there are two problems. So one is, if you look at from Rahul Gandhi's perspective, see, things are not, so nobody, in that sense, there's been no split. Like, if Congress didn't do well in 67, 69, there was a split. If Congress didn't do well in 77, there was a huge split. After 96, Narasimha Rao's tenure, there was, the Congress split in not only in just Tiwari Congress, but Bangarappa Congress, Madhava Scindia Congress, and of course, Trinamool Congress, so later on YSR Congress, all this Congress came in. So, but very intriguing and very I would say, questionable way, the Congress has not split from 2014 till date. 150 leaders of consequence have left, but party has not split. So nobody leaves. So
100
Rahul
and
Gandhi.
hang on. 150 leaders of Congress have left.
Yes, yes,
150.
I have a whole list. Barkha, one day we'll
100
just yeah,
from when? 150
from
leaders have
2014
left.
onwards. And these
Amazing.
are all leaders of some consequence. As I said, they are not just you know, uh, nobodies.
But
They are
that's an
not that good.
amazing. But is Rahul Gandhi's attitude to that? I know of that meeting where he famously said, "Jisko jana hai jao." That's what he said actually. Jisko
Yeah.
jana hai jao. But 150 Congress leaders, that's a staggering figure from you since 2014 have left.
Absolutely. So therefore, I'm saying, so Rahul Gandhi is saddled with the same, people, the rootless wonder. There are, kind of people who every meeting says, oh, what Indira ji had done and what, Rajiv Gandhi had done. And, let me handle this. I know how it is. So all those, wise and old people are there. I mean, I don't want to name them. The many people who are from 1970s who are there in the Congress. No other political party has that kind of, so to say, that baggage or the, dead wood.
Yes.
Recently, I wrote a piece that when Rahul Gandhi wanted to get rid of Ambika Soni, A.K. Antony, Anand Sharma, Mukul Vasnik, and some, but everything because of Tharoor thing is back to kind of standstill, and that is what happens from the dissidents' point of view. They think that nobody talks to them. They are talking about the Samvidhan Bachao. When state assembly elections are there, everyone knows a very basic and elementary thing, that Samvidhan constitution thing cannot be framed by state assembly. It has to be done by federal the Lok Sabha election. That would be the delimitation exercise taking place. There's this leaders from south deciding to strategy of the north and central India and western India. All kind of questions are there. And in that sense, if you look at, all the blame comes to Rahul Gandhi. So therefore, the Grand Old Party is very much allergic to change. There are lot of changes are supposed to,
But what are they? But what is Rahul Gandhi thinking? If you can make a guess as to what he's thinking, is he thinking apna time aayega? Kitna bari Modi ji jitenge? What is he
no, no,
thinking?
no, Rahul. So, Barkha, it is very interesting. So, Rahul Gandhi has a thing. He says that, we may win or we may not win, but we are not going to compromise on ideology. So, this is a very kind of NGO type, thinking. We are not going to compromise our stand, come what may. Now, that is something. So, he lives in a very kind of, a cozy world of his own kind of, that I am right, I am fine, I am what I am saying is correct. It is the the nexus of the corrupt politicians and corporate and this and unethical thing that is happening. So therefore, it's actually just to give you an idea, Barkha, when Indira Gandhi was out of power, every day she was very disturbed. The people like Popul Jackard, Mohsina Kidwai, Margaret Alba, some of them, they have told me, they say, everyone say, "Aapka time aayega," as you were saying about Rahul. She would say, "Come, come," very impatiently. Now here there is no impatience.
But why? Why?
Because they are in look, again we would require a whole evening, because there is a lot of comfort. When Indira Gandhi didn't have a house, Indira Gandhi didn't have cook, Indira Gandhi had a used to seriously fear for her life, because that was the time Sheikh Mujib was assassinated, that was the time Bhutto was hanged, and somebody had told her that she would be poisoned, there would be somebody would adulterate her food, and so she was very much concerned about all these things, and she was a fighter. Now here the thing is that Congress has, I mean, look at the Congress party may be very poor and down and out, but the Congress leaders, they lead very comfortable lives. Look at the kind of court cases are very few. Sanjay was I think about 15 times or so he was jailed, and he was for 56 days or so he spent in jail. He was lathi charged, he was so there was a lot of, what I would say, there was a lot of discomfort. Now, at present, the 150 people, again, not 150 who have left, 100 people who have stayed on, they are holding very important posts and positions as CLP leader, PCC chiefs, and as various heads. And therefore, they are not so much bothered. They always say, that tomorrow would be better, and therefore that is a problem. The Congress is not reinventing itself in electoral terms, and I think that is where, Barkha, at least as a journalist, I was quite excited that there's going to be a time when Congress is going to set up an election management committee, a panel, perhaps headed by Priyanka Gandhi. Now imagine that happens, 365 days, Congress is just thinking about how to win election. I think a person like you, I mean, in the sense that you are quite dismissive, I'm not as a journalist, but you would see that there is a chance of some Congress revival, because first you need to address that what is the problem like. You look at number
Yeah.
of young leaders have that the Meenakshi Natarajan has been made in charge, that Krishna Alaru has been made in charge. There are a lot of Jitu Patwari is there. A lot of young people have come in. So the Congress is at present is in transition, and there are chances that it may do well in the coming round of assembly elections, etc. But for that, a party apparatus, ideological edge, and the ability to win election strategy has to be there in place.
Finally, do you think that the big mistake Rahul Gandhi is making is, I think you made a very perceptive point about the fact that their own lives, the leadership's lives, are personally comfortable. So there's no hunger. Like even in journalism, I feel like somehow
Yeah,
each
you went out.
day.
Let me say that, like you went out and you did, a lot of things that many people would not have done. And today, you have just your journalistic, career has become, gone to another level, and a lot of hard work has gone in. So what? And you took chances. You were not
Yeah.
waiting for a, cushy job or a big network to hire you. So I mean, this is, I don't want to praise you more in your own program, but the fact
No,
of the
no,
matter is
thank
you
you.
need to take
Thank
initiative.
you. Yeah.
You
No,
need to
thank you
take
for
chances. You need to take half chances.
thank you for your kind words. And I was going to not talk about myself, but borrow from journalism that the best journalists, you have to have hunger. If you don't have hunger and if you keep waiting, वही ना कि आप बैठे रहो, कोई आएगा मेरे पास, कोई मुझे शो देगा, कोई मुझे चांस देगा, कोई मुझे पैसे देगा, कोई किसी के कुछ नहीं करता. Your life is made by you yourself. Now, I
Absolutely. And
feel
in politics, it is
that's
10
the
times
problem.
more. And in
Absolutely.
politics, you have to multiply by, because the stakes are much higher. And imagine after Bharat Jodo Yatra and Barkha, we must give credit to Rahul Gandhi that he was actually, a lot of people, he had generated a lot of interest. But it's not been so. He just gets hooked on to this, the red book you're showing. The red book is
Yeah.
very important, constitution. But he has gone on and on it because there are other things. So in India, it is not, either or kind of situation. You need to have a kind of, Manmohan Desai kind of, cinema where it caters to various emotions.
Yeah.
Unless you don't hit, and you can't just hit people with hard facts about employment. And I'm not being dismissive of
no, and basically you're saying you can't be Shyam Benegal and Govind Helani. You have to be Manmohan Desai or be, whatever, Dharma,
Kashmira, yeah.
or whatever. Here's my last question. Do you think Rahul Gandhi is making a mistake by getting embroiled in ideological battles instead of organizational work? The Congress needs more than anything else organizational agility, clear chain of command, clear ownership of decisions. Why are we blaming KC Venugopal? Rahul Gandhi is KC Venugopal's boss. If Shashi Tharoor is marginalized and Rahul Gandhi doesn't intervene, that's Rahul Gandhi's decision.
But Bharka, it's a bit of a chicken and egg kind of story. I think we need to, on a very serious note, we need to ponder over this fact whether the Gandhis are feeling the Congress or Congress is feeling, Gandhis. In my own assessment, it is actually Congress party that is feeling, Gandhis for everything. They have a Rahul, Priyanka, Sonia, name. If they do well, they get, comforts of office. If they are out of power, no member of Nehru Gandhi family has been in power in that sense since 1989. So it is others who have benefited. So therefore, they must make some kind of effort, and it is not to absolve Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi has his own set of failure and limitation. But Barkha, organizationally, the courage of conviction is in short supply in Congress. There are people who are not telling Rahul Gandhi where he's going wrong, and that is where I think I hold Rahul Gandhi. I mean, more than Rahul Gandhi, I hold the Congress organization, Congress office bearers, responsible for the present day mess.
All right, let's see what happens on at the Friday meeting. Rashid Kidwai, you seem to believe that there will be some sort of rapprochement between the Tharoor camp and the rest of the party. But that Rahul Gandhi and Shashi Tharoor cannot quite be called close. I think if you use the language of the current generation, it's complicated. Let's see whether the relationship breaks or holds despite the complication. Rashid Kidwai, always a pleasure. Thank you so much and take care. Thank you. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.